Ain't about your bread and I can't fuck with ya. I thought you was 100, but you showed me 50. You said you was gonna ride, huh? And the coupe that's parked outside, that bitch looks so expensive. I bet it cut your eye, huh?
Hey bro, if y'all don't know, bro, I'm from around Chicago. I'm from around Chicago. No cap, what's gonna happen to this, bro? If y'all don't know, Young Pappy is from Chicago. And yeah, he has some lit ass music, no cap. What's happening to this?
Pappy was one of the hottest up-and-coming rappers in the early days of Chicago drill. But like many other drill rappers who were really about that life, Young Pappy got killed before his music became mainstream. Let's get into the come-up and career of Young Pappy. Young Pappy grew up in the north side of Chicago and was raised mostly by a single mom with 4 brothers and 3 sisters. His parents split when he was young, and he moved around a lot between the neighborhoods of Uptown, Edgewater, and Rogers Park. He showed an interest in music from an early age and started rapping at just 4 years old. His older brother, B.U. Double, also rapped and taught him how to make music. His younger brother, Tay Sab, also became a rapper, and he once said that as a kid, Pappy used to read the dictionary to learn new words for his raps. Pappy was a childhood nickname given to him by his grandmother, which he continued to use once he started rapping. He started dropping tracks on YouTube and other platforms in 2007, around age 12. But as he got older, he became more influenced by his environment and got sucked into the streets. Pappy was a member of the Gangsta Disciples and claimed a set called the Insane Cutthroat Gangsters, or Pooh Bear Gang. Pooh Bear Gang was named after a respected member of the set, and Pooh Bear got killed in 2012. Pooh Bear was killed on the 1800 block of Juneway Terrace. His killer was never caught, but police believe that it was a dude named Dante Simmons from a set of the GDs called Loke City. Simmons was later found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and killed himself using the same gun that was used in Pooh Bear's murder. But rumors started going around that another member of Loke City named Munchie was behind Pooh Bear's death. Munchie and Pooh Bear were childhood friends, but petty fights and gang politics turned them against each other. Just a few days before he got killed, Pooh Bear dissed the Lokes on social media, which may have led to his death and sparked a deadly war between Pooh Bear Gang and Loke City. Pooh Bear and Young Pappy was close friends, and his death had a major impact on him and was one of the main reasons Young Pappy jumped off the porch and became a shooter. Since he moved around a lot, Young Pappy was also affiliated with another set called TFG. Pooh Bear Gang and TFG was closely affiliated but had their own hoods, kind of like 600 and O-Block. So, Pappy claimed both of them because he grew up around dudes from both areas. Pappy started out committing petty crimes like fighting and stealing, but the deeper he got into the streets, the more trouble he got into. His wild behavior eventually landed him in juvie for a gun charge. While locked up, he had time to work on his music and decided to take it seriously since he was already known in the hood for his music. So, after he got out, he bought some audio equipment and music software and started recording his own tracks. At first, he was just making remixes of other popular songs, but he eventually started making original songs, which gained him local attention. At the same time, Young Pappy was also building a reputation in the streets. After getting out of jail, he was out for revenge on Loke City for Pooh Bear's death, which only got worse after PBG lost another member in April 2012. According to the rumors, Young Pappy got revenge by shooting a member of Loke City named Lucky in the thigh and back. Not long after, he dropped the track Competition, which featured the bar, "Better ass Lucky, what'll happen when I drill shit." So, Pappy's reputation in the streets was entering into his music career and earning him clout in the city. But it also made him a major target for Loke City, who was out for revenge after losing several members to the beef. Not long after that, Young Pappy started getting into more trouble with the law. In June 2013, he was convicted of felony unlawful use of a weapon and sentenced to 2 years of probation. He later violated that probation and ended up being sentenced to a year in prison, but he was later credited with time served and released. Even though he had a pending case hanging over his head, he continued to go hard in the streets. On July 14, 2013, Young Pappy allegedly caught his first body. A dude from Loke City named Blake Lamb was shot in the head multiple times on the 1600 block of West Jonquil Terrace. He was walking down the sidewalk when a car pulled up next to him and started letting off shots. The killers then jumped out of the car, stood over the victim, and shot him a few more times before fleeing the scene. So, whoever did it definitely wanted to send a message. No one was ever arrested for Blake's murder, but it was rumored to have been committed by Young Pappy and a group of other dudes from PBG. But this wasn't just the streets talking. Pappy and his crew seemed to confirm this on multiple occasions. After the shooting, he and his homies doubled back and took videos of the crime scene, which they posted to social media to taunt their ops. Plus, a few years later, Pappy released a freestyle that featured the bar, "Give you hollow tips, have your shit looking like Blake's face. So, whether or not he was actually involved, young Pappy used Blake's death to diss his ops. A few months later, young Pappy and other members from PBG and TFG allegedly shot up another rival hood called Day Day World, a set of insane GDs. They was looking for a member named Lil Duke, who Pappy had a personal beef with.
That's Chicago
a
right
few
there.
days later,
That same
one of
squad.
Pappy's close homies, 2 Cups, was murdered near the intersection of North Broadway and West Glen Lake Avenue. The day before he got killed, 2 Cups told his father that he was taking his friend, who was in a wheelchair, to the Social Security office the next morning. His pops knew he liked to help people, so he ain't think nothing of it. But he ain't know about his son's gang ties. His mother saw him eating breakfast around 9 a.m., and that was the last time she saw him. 2 Cups and his friend were standing at the intersection when a light-colored van pulled up. His friend was not identified by police, but was said to be a member from TFG. A shooter then jumped out of the van and started letting off shots, killing 2 Cups and critically injuring his friend. It's been rumored that the killer was Lil Duke, who was getting revenge after young Pappy shot up his hood. 2 Cups and young Pappy was close, and his death hit him hard. He later named a series of mixtapes after his friend, including 2 Cups, parts 1, 2, and 3. The first tape in that series became one of young Pappy's most popular projects and is now considered a drill classic. This mixtape really started to build Pappy a buzz in the city, but becoming a well-known rapper and a shooter also made him a target for ops. After the death of 2 Cups, young Pappy continued to slide on Day Day World to get revenge, but members of Loke City would catch him first, almost taking his life. On February 5th, 2014, Pappy, along with other members of PBG, was on their way to a McDonald's in Rogers Park when masked gunmen shot at their whip. 4 of them got hit, including young Pappy, who was hit in the arm. One member of their group, unfortunately, ain't make it, but the other 3 survived. The shooting was rumored to be the work of Loke City in retaliation for the death of Blake Lamb. According to police, young Pappy was the intended target. He made a quick recovery, only to land himself in jail a few weeks later. On March 26, 2014, Pappy got arrested for reckless conduct and sentenced to 90 days in jail. He spent his 19th birthday locked up and got out on June 3rd. After he got out, he started to focus on music again in an attempt to make it out of the streets.
And that's probably when he got shot. No cap. Love y'all, God bless y'all, and yeah, hey, I'm finna see y'all in this video, bro. No cap.
Hop in the coupe and not in the grip. I got your bitch, you riding past the ground. Ain't about your bread and I can